talk about this, man. I don't know if you remember Dean, but Dean used to be with Meek Mill. Here's a picture of him.
Okay.
I know he turned on Meek Mill, or they had a disagreement a few years ago, whatever the case may be. But did you hear about on the news how people were breaking into these 18-wheelers and taking all types of shit?
Yeah, that's him.
It's him. It says Philadelphia man sentenced in a $1.5 million cargo theft scheme. Now, a Philadelphia man has been sentenced to federal prison in his role in a large-scale cargo theft ring. Stole, once again, more than $1.5 million worth of goods from tractor trailers across the region. Now, 39-year-old Saladin Reddy, also known as Dean, was sentenced to 94 months in federal prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release, man. So
Damn.
He was stealing everything from, they said, hundreds of thousands of dollars in frozen crab legs, more than $300,000 worth of Samsung televisions, and more than $230,000 worth of dimes. And this started back in 2023. Other charges he was hit with: conspiracy, theft from interstate shipments, theft of government money, possession of stolen government money. The case was investigated by the FBI and Philadelphia Police Department. Now, I heard of it, and it's common now. This is the new thing. What people are doing is, your drivers, they'll either leave the loads or leave the trucks, or they'll be in their sleep, and they'll get like a U-Haul box truck, and they'll come pop the lot, and whatever you get is gonna be even crab legs. Niggas gonna buy some crabs.
Yeah.
TVs. Pretty much anything in these things are going to be valuable, and you can sell them on the street. And that's what he was supposedly doing. You get all these TVs, you sell them for the low, $150. I got crab legs, whatever. You know what I mean? It's sad. It's crazy at the end of the day because, he was once, a close companion of Meek Mill. Like I said, I seen him doing videos dissing Meek Mill a few years ago. So what do you think about Dean, man? Once a close companion of Meek Mill, now being sentenced to federal time. What's 94 months?
About a little under 8 years.
Okay. Whew.
That's a long time, but
Yeah.
that man will come back and be able to live his life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He'll still have another opportunity, another bite at the apple of life. So, I mean, I'm not going to judge him too crazy because we all get into situations and circumstances where we feel the need or have the need to do something. Some people decide to go work and get into bricks and do their thing. Some people decide to go out there and hustle. You know what I mean? Whatever it is you do. I'll say this, though, because we had this conversation last week about Jay-Z and the people in his circle. And it's typically the people that complain about you that once were in your circle are the ones that ain't doing shit now. The ones that ain't doing a goddamn thing. So maybe the falling out was more so Meek seeing that this may be a bad apple, seeing that there was no more growth, seeing that, look, if I'm going to elevate and move in my life, I have to get rid of certain things. And of course, those people are pissed off because I don't know. I'm just speculating. Maybe he was mooching off them. Maybe he was doing something shady on behind the scenes. Whatever the case may be, the reason why Meek decided to cut him off, it ended up being a good one. Because this dude obviously was sitting in situations where he wasn't going to bring anything positive to Meek's name. Could you imagine if him and Meek were still running around hand in hand together and then he would have got caught with this? Meek Mill's name would have been spread all over this shit, damn near to the point where we thought Meek Mill was in there stealing shit out of these trucks himself. So looked like it was a smart decision, and it doesn't surprise me that we see people that were often around somebody that's famous and they had a falling out, then they start going to complaining about them, then we find out some extra shit because it's typically those people that are complaining about it that ain't doing shit in real life anyway.
You know what it'd be? I think it'd be like people feel like they want to have that same level. If they was around somebody, they feel like if they don't have that same level of success or still eating, that is the other person's fault.
Yeah, that's
like,
crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. Like, you know what I mean? It's like even with the Jay-Z thing, like, yo, this man gave you a fucking opportunity. Whether you run with it, you run with it. If not, I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, it's like I take you to the water, just an analogy. Motherfucker, if you ain't gonna drink this whole bitch up, not even drink, you gonna fucking turn this shit to commerce. Now I took you to the water, now you gonna start selling some fucking water bottles, nigga.
Yep.
I'm gonna purify this water, and I'm gonna sell it. I showed you what the water is.
Yep.
I done got 10 other lakes right now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But you still stuck right here looking at what the fuck I'm doing, as opposed to, doing what you're doing. We've seen the same thing with Oskina. We've seen the same thing, with Dame. And Dame probably even more hurts because, like, you was with this name for real. Y'all was partners for real.
Whether y'all fell out or not, you should be eating. You should be good. I'm
should
going to give
be
you a prime example. Hold your thought.
Yeah, go ahead.
2016, 2017, you come to my crib, we burning, you know, we doing our thing. You
Yep.
tell me you have a recipe of success. You show me
Right.
the results. How do I get on? And you give me the blueprint of how I get on. You know what I mean? We started off small. Then
Yeah.
Viral Hip Hop Revolution. Eventually,
Oh,
Viral
yeah.
Hip Hop News was supposed to be our podcast. You ended up going through some shit, had to go travel, had to go take care of personal business. I said, you know what? Instead of me just sitting here with it, let me
Right.
create my own. Because my cuz gave me the blueprint. He led me to the water.
Yeah.
It's up to me whether or not I wanted to drink.
Yeah.
6-7 years later, we're still doing this thing with a platform, and we still have our individual platforms. Nobody has to mooch off anybody else's plate. You know what I
Right.
mean? If we eating together, we eating good. If we struggling together, we struggling together.
Right.
But at the end of the day, no one feels like their weight wasn't pulled, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
None of that shit.
Yeah.
I was led to water. It was up to me to drink it or to throw that shit out.
You had to put the work in.
I had to put the work in.
Yeah, you know,
You know what I mean?
it's like you can get one nice little check, but like you want to keep it coming.
Right.
Got to put the work in.
And that wouldn't have been your responsibility if I stopped. That ain't on
Right.
you.
Right,
You led
right,
me there.
right.
Whether I do it or not is up to me. But you gave me everything I needed. I wanted to pay that forward. I gave the game to a few people, my closest friends.
Yeah.
They're not in these situations because they decided to do whatever they decided to do with the water that I gave them.
We gave
You know what I mean?
everybody, like a lot of people, anybody who was listening, like, yo, this what you could, all you gotta do is, you know what I mean? But you let them know it might not, you know what I mean? And it's because it happened for me quick, it might not happen for you quick.
Yeah.
Just you gotta give them that disclaimer.
Yep.
Because you don't know if they're gonna work like you work.
You know they ain't.
You know what I mean? So it's just like if you're gonna do 1 or 2 videos every 2 or 3 weeks, it's gonna take you a long time. We've seen people that had podcasts and everything. And eventually they ended up leaving. We was doing every fucking day, 5-6 years straight.
Yep.
Literally, sometimes on a weekend,
Yep.
if we had to. Only day we probably had up was Sunday,
That was it.
and we was rocking.
Don't let
So
an interview come through on Sunday. We was in that bitch on Sunday,
we
too.
was in there.
Yep.
Sometimes 3-4 interviews, man. I remember in 2021, you look at the archives, bro. We had like 50 interviews that year or more.
Yeah.
Like we crushed the game. But yeah, that's what be happening, man. And it's just sad to see the shit. You know, especially from people that we looked up to coming up. Oh, this is so and so. Like even like Dame, these diss songs and stuff that he's doing. I don't know if he's trolling at this point. I don't know, but like, what are you doing, dog?
Jay,
Does he think this shit's really cool?
Dame is above trolling to me. That's why he's above a lot of the shit he's doing.
Yeah.
That's why it frustrates me to see him doing it. Because I put him above it. You know what I mean? Personally, but come to find out he's not. And it's a struggle. It's a struggle because it's hard to get on here and criticize that dude.
Oh, man.
As much as we have to criticize him. It's not fun at all.
It ain't.
You know what I mean? But we're gonna call it like we fucking see it. And right now he's moving in a way that deserves some criticism. So it's almost to a point where it's like you almost ignore it now. And it's like, damn.
Comical, yeah.
Dame used to be when you seen a Dame interview or something, you clicked and you watched it in its entirety. Now you just scroll right by it because you know it's some bullshit. I hate that.
I think he's trying to kind of find himself again.